Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? Even though there's nobody in here yet. We'll see who hops on first. Loco Shaver, what's going on, brother? You guys are first to the party. Mikey's here. McLean. Hola, mi amigo. Just waiting on the man himself. I've been dicking with the lighting in my bathroom for like the past half an hour. I'm trying to get it to where, I don't know, I'm trying to get it to look a little better. Mess with some LEDs over here too. Got a brush guy brush today, nice. And this? Yeah, I know it does. I don't know what to do to help prevent that. I think I can hear you, but you haven't shown up yet. I hear you, but I don't see you. I just got a black screen with a load on it. Pretty good about you. Take your time. No problem. Well, he's going to get that figured out, and he'll be back in a minute. What's going on with everybody tonight? Good to see everybody. He had some technical difficulties, so I'm just waiting on him to come back. How's everybody's night going so far? What's up, JB? Good to see you. He had some technical difficulties. He should be back in just a minute or two. Noble Otter is here. Lux Shave is here. Good to see you guys. He's trying to get his internet connection. Thank you. Trying to get his internet connection here fixed. Hey, what's up from Canada? Jay Newt, what's up here, man? Hola, mi amigo, Oaken Lab. He should be back here shortly. Ooh, smoothie sounds good. Not much, man. Just waiting on the man himself to come back, figure out what he's got going on. Joe B is here. I'm just going to sit here and keep chain vaping on my Juul. Got quite a crowd, but hopefully he can get his shit figured out. Anybody else drinking tonight? I'm just back with the Bud Light still. And what do you think? Do you like the new hat, or do you like the old Atari hat? I don't know. I kind of like this. It's very, very comfortable. Oh, there he is. Oh, dude, I hope not. I don't think anything could top last night. No way. I see that. Are you on Wi-Fi or no? I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Try turning it off and try it out. All right. What's up, Tim? Eric? Drinking Johnny Walker Black Label on the rocks. I like the old school Atari. I do too. I don't know. I fell in love with this design. I really like the colors and stuff, and I thought it was really, really good. I think he's trying to switch over to his data right now so he can see if he can get it going. What's up, Frank? About last night, dude, we're not even going to talk about it. Like, I'm still recovering from that. It was not planned. My phone blew up. I got phone calls, texts, messages, everything. People were like, what the hell was that? And I was like, I really don't know. People were like, you planned that, didn't you? And I said, no. Where's the hat from? It's called Effing Gear. EFFING, I think. They're on Instagram. But no, people were like, you staged it. I'm like, I'm not that smart. I can't do that. I was pissed for like the first 10 minutes because I'm like, I had stuff planned. I was pissed for like the first 10 minutes, and I'm like, you know what, screw it. There's a lot of people here. I'm just going to go with it. But it was super crazy. I was not ready for it. Hey, what's up, Rich? Good to see you, buddy. Vrain19. Sorry if I butcher the name. Oh, yeah, you like the shirt, don't you? He's trying to get his internet figured out. We may have to postpone it. I don't know. But, yeah, in regards to last night, it was not staged. It was not planned. He messaged me afterwards and said, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you that was going to happen, but it was incredible. You did such a great job. I'm just like, dude, you're an asshole. You better make up for it. So he's like, we're going to do some more stuff in the future. I'm like, just warn me ahead of time. Like, everybody showed up to hear stuff, and we got nothing. So I don't know if that means he's going to do something a little more serious next time. I don't know. Dude, I was so confused. I was irritated. I was upset. I felt offended. And then at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'll just go with it. Why not? My buddy has a company called FU Haters. Nice. Your blanket is here. Sure thing, Yost. Yeah, really. Did you get a knife? And I hope so. I'm waiting to see. Supposedly he's sending me a package. I hope there's a knife in there. It better be. Yeah, he owes me big, dude. I held on for 43 minutes, and he left. I don't think he anticipated on me staying that long. For those who didn't see the interview last night, what happened? If you go to my YouTube channel, and there's a link in my profile, you can see it and just see what a fiasco interview we had. It was insane. You got to check it out. If not, I'll send me a message. I'll try to remember to send you a link. What's up, Beer Blanket? Similar to that. Dude, it was crazy. Naval Orange. Yeah. Man, I have to give him credit, though. He was quick. He was quick on the stuff. And I am not quite that quick, nor was I prepared for it. So, apparently that is Stefan. That is the owner. That is the guy I was supposed to talk to, but he was in character of this guy called Don West. And I didn't even know that was him. He never even told me, dude. It was a circus. Or as Jane was saying, he said it was a shit show. But man, it caught me off guard. I think I did okay. But yeah, dude, you got to watch it. It's crazy. I don't expect you to watch the whole thing. It was painful. I'd say if anything, go about 10 minutes in if you don't want to watch me cringing and getting kind of angry. Yeah, Stefan. It was crazy. I had no idea. Well, I'm going to give him a few more minutes to see what's going on here. Dude, people were laughing. They said it was the best interview they'd ever seen. I don't know. I wasn't ready for it. Let's see if I can get him here. Hold on.
There we go.
Hey, sorry about that. I didn't see your request.
No, it's all right. I needed to restart the phone, so I don't know.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So, cheers. Here we are.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good.
Now that we've got you on, we've got quite a crowd going. Why don't you introduce yourself, talk about your company and who you are and what you do?
Sure thing. I'm Carm Sirianni. I'm owner. I run top of the chain up here in Canada. Try to fill people's needs as best as I can up here. Some of them are not able to get some of the good stuff that's coming from the States, so that's where I try to come in.
Nice. How long have you been doing that?
March will be 2 years that we've been open, and I would say probably about a year and a half that we've been figuring things out and getting our feet under us and knowing which direction to go.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What made you want to start the business? What made you want to get into it?
Well, a buddy of mine was sort of itching to get started in some sort of business. He's like, let's get some going. Let's do something. And I was like, I don't know, maybe. And what I knew was wet shaving. I had a blog that I was just sort of messing around with, just reviewing some soaps here and there. I won't say what it was because the writing was absolutely terrible. But I knew about wet shaving. I'm like, let's give this a go. Quickly realized that this is more of a one-person operation than a two-person operation to get started. And I took it over on my own and went my own direction. And it worked out well. And here we are.
So now, do you have a brick and mortar store too, or are you just strictly online?
You know, everything's at the moment. The warehouse is in my home, in my residence. I thought about brick and mortar, but I don't. The Canadian market is much smaller than the U.S. market, and there was Men's Essentials in Toronto that closed down. I guess maybe back in October, and they had a brick and mortar store, which was awesome because people can go in, they can take a smell, get a feel of things. But it's just with the margins and the price of rent, at least in this area, I don't see how it would be possible, really, realistically. I would love it, but I don't think it could fly, at least not at the moment. I used to manage a record store up here back in my early 20s, and I loved it because it was, the regular customers coming in, they loved their jazz, their rock, their punk, whatever it was. And you had like this relationship with people, and love of rock and roll was fantastic, but that wasn't able to be sustained because, well, I was 22 and wasn't making any money but living in my parents' basement. But this sort of has that same sort of feel to it. You have customers who are really into it, and I'm able to build those relationships that I had back at the record store, right? So it's filled that void, and a brick and mortar store would be amazing to see people face to face on a weekly basis. But no, at the moment, it can't happen.
Gotcha. Hey, yeah. Dave, what's going on, buddy? Hey, somebody asked, where in Canada are you located?
I'm in a city called St. Catharines, which is neighboring Niagara Falls. I was born in Niagara Falls, lived there for 30 years, and moved up to St. Catharines. It's the next city over. Just to give people an idea, Buffalo, New York is 35-minute drive. Lewiston, New York is 12 minutes away. So very, very close to the border. Toronto, on a good day, 60 minutes, 70 minutes. On a bad day, 2 hours. Yeah, it's not good. So
when you started 2 years ago, what product were you carrying? How did you go about it? Were you just contacting people and saying, hey, can I buy a bunch of your soap and start selling it?
Kind of. I started off with one of the first artisans, I guess, would have to have been Barrister and Man. And Will and I had a bit of a relationship because I reviewed some of his early stuff on my blog, and I reached out to him, and we brought him in. I guess that would be, what release did we bring in? Soap Makers of Awesometown. That release was the first one that we got in. And then I think from there we went to Dr. John's and Sterling. And then just sort of, that's when we started getting our feet under us and realizing what direction we needed to go. So less of a focus on sort of the name brands, the big brands, I guess you want to say, and sort of more on these niche artisans. And then I would say that we really took the plunge. We dished out some cash and brought in some Pana Crema from Italy, which was a rather huge outlay of cash for us at the time. And it was the right move. It helped us sort of get on the map and put some trust in people. People came to us for that. So it was good. Yeah. And now
would you say most of your sales are in Canada?
Yeah. For a while, we were shipping to Europe and to Australia. We were able to ship splashes. At least we thought we were able to ship splashes via Canada Post. Canada Post has a ground service, worldwide ground service. And the problem with alcoholic splashes was it can't go in the air because it can ignite. So we were shipping ground for, 7-8 months. They fully labeling everything as alcoholic splashes. We had the proper stickers, blah, 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 blah. And then, back in May or June, they sort of stopped accepting the packages. And with that, most of our shipments stopped going over there. They said they couldn't confirm that when it reached the destination that it wouldn't be going in an airplane, which is fair. Gotcha. Again, I don't want to be responsible for an airplane coming down, as unlikely as it is, but still a possibility. So European sales have sort of faded away, and I would say, 85%, 80% of our sales are Canada. The rest are to the U.S. and a few here and there to the U.K.
Now, can you ship alcohol to the U.S.?
Yeah, because I bring it over. We ship from the U.S. as well. So if an American has orders an alcoholic splash, we bring it over ourselves and ship it from the U.S.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm trying to kind of watch the comments and listen to you at the same time.
Yeah,
somebody said you're strictly just a distributor, right? You don't make any soap at all?
Nothing. You know what? Early on when I was with my buddy, we got adventurous and decided to try to give it a go. Clearly, that was a mistake because I don't have the patience or the nose to create scents. So just a distributor. We're working on getting some exclusives in just to sort of give people an extra reason to come to our shop. But yeah, nothing made in-house at all.
So how many different brands do you think you carry right now?
Let me take a look.
Obviously, you've got some Sterling there.
Yeah. Here, give you a quick look. This is sort of like the little warehouse. I don't know. I never really thought about it. 30, 40, I guess. Wow. Maybe more. I don't know. Probably should know that answer.
Now, are you looking? Are you always looking to? Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
But are you looking to acquire more also, or are you kind of? What is your goal here?
Yes and no. And I think this is sort of becoming, I would love to bring in everything to give an opportunity for people in Canada to try everything and artisans to have an opportunity as well, but it's just not possible. And I'm finding I'm getting to a point where bringing in more and more brands is becoming more difficult. One, just logistically, just having all the brands. And two, unfortunately, some brands just sit.
They don't sell.
They don't sell, and it's unfortunate, but it's just realistic, right? So I'm having to become a bit more choosy and selective with what comes in for various reasons. But generally, I try to if somebody's making some headway and they're willing to come into the shop, and we want to bring them in, right? Like we just brought in some Murphy and McNeil.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Some people are asking to see a tour.
It's not that exciting.
People think it's a wet shaver's wet dream.
Well, I guess in some ways, but it's a bit of a nightmare because it's really compact into a small space. I had to get really sort of, I guess I'm going too fast here, really sort of inventive with how I'm using all the space. Eventually, we're going to have to set something up, whether it's like a separate small building outside or something. But yeah, this is, it is. I have customers ask me like, show me your den, like your private den. And I'm kind of I'm very weary of what I open for myself because it could be like a massive Pandora's box where my bathroom's filled with endless soaps and my wife leaves me and I lose my kids because of shaving.
So, hey, JR is in the house. Heather is here from Zingari Man. That's awesome.
Hey guys. So I'm actually I have a customer out west. He's a RCMP officer. He asked me the same thing. His collection is just out of this world. He would rival what I have in the warehouse here. And he asked me, and I told him, I got to be careful because I open one up, then I open up two. He's like, you're just like the dealers that I arrest. You push them, but you don't bring them in because it'd be a disaster. It'd be literally a disaster. I would try everything.
Gosh, man, that's. Now, do you get a headache? Do you get a headache in there? Is there a smell? Is there a looming smell of fragrance in that room?
No, not really. No, we keep it pretty cool just because it's best for the product.
Sure.
Or if there is a smell, I don't know it anymore. I don't notice it. If anything, maybe it could be the bar soap. Maybe that might smell the most. I'm sure we can see that from Sterling mainly. But no, it's pretty good.
Now, are you selling anything else? Are you selling hardware too?
A little bit. We got some Blackland razors and then sort of your standard Merkur and Edmund Jagger stuff. Hardware is an area that we sort of need to slowly move into. Having said that, I feel like, for example, brush makers. There's a lot of brush makers out there that make fantastic product, and most of my customers would probably go to these brush makers and pick up their stuff from them, right? So we haven't really focused on hardware. I'm starting to shift a bit to other products to sort of complement the shaving. Like we're moving into some pomades and beard oils and hair care products. Just give people something else to buy. But hardware is sort of, I don't want to say in the back burner. We have like sort of the basics, but we don't.
But soap is your bread and butter.
Right, exactly. It's sort of the harder stuff to get. If somebody wanted a brush or a razor from the U.S. or Europe or wherever, they'll just order it and they'll have it shipped over, right? It's the splashes and some of the harder to find soaps that we try to bring in, right? Okay. Like the Martin de Condra, we just brought that in. I think I have one back here from France. It took me a long time to get one of these, and through some connections, I finally got an account, and that's been kind of fun to have. I opened up one of each of those for myself, so so I'm not depriving myself too much.
Well, I gotta ask you, do you have a personal favorite?
Oh, you bastard.
You know I had to ask.
Probably Pana Crema Rosa. Just something about the smell, the presentation, and it's safe because they're probably not watching this. Yeah, the Pana Crema red, followed by the blue, and that's as much as I'm going to give you on that one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, well, let me ask you one, and don't feel like you have to answer. What is your top selling soap?
Like individual soap, like single.
Either whether it's a single soap in particular or a certain brand.
Sterling's been doing really well up here. They have a lot of different types of products, right, that sort of complement each other, from the balms to the body butter, the body lotion. So we do really, really, really well with Sterling, Barrister Man, of course. And then I find that there's like these peaks and valleys for different brands. It'd be like Holy Ka right now. There's like a run on Holy Ka, and we're getting a new shipment in next week. But getting emails, hey, where's the Holy Ka? I'm like, well, it was here for like a good few weeks. Now everybody wants it, and then right, and then same thing with Declaration. There'll be like these peaks and valleys, and I'm not sure why, but it's definitely sort of ebbs and flows. But Sterling and I think Barrister Man are probably the top two at the moment in terms of sort of consistency in selling. But everything seems to be doing well. Like we brought in, bless you. We brought in PAA a few months ago, and that sells fantastic. Everything really sort of does well. And just like I said earlier, there's a few brands that we sort of struggle with, and we try to promote and speak well of it. We wouldn't say something was good if it wasn't. But some brands are just a bit more difficult moving.
Somebody said, when will you get a shipment of your next shipment of Barrister and Man?
Well, I think the release is March 1st, I think, right? With the new release. We just got the Faugeries in last week. And then I think the homage to Dr. Seuss is coming out on March 9th. So fully stocked up. Actually, I think everything's in stock now, so we're good with that. But I think that's another reason why I'm a bit more hesitant to bring in more brands. I don't like being out of stock of stuff. Sure. I don't think it looks great. It's not good for the customer. So if something goes out of stock, we try our best to fill in, even if it means ordering product that we already have in stock. So that sort of balances, it becomes more difficult, I think. But yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Understandable. Now, being somebody from the U.S. myself, is there any benefit for me to order from you unless it's a product that's hard to find? Now, obviously, if I'm going to order Sterling, I might as well order from Sterling.
Yeah.
But like, if you carry a brand that's something that I can't readily get in America, do you think it's beneficial for me to get it from you?
Well, I don't charge a tax. So I don't have to charge a tax, and not that I don't. I guess there's some brands like I'm trying to think what I ship to the States. Pana Crema has been going to the States quite often. I think there's only a couple people carrying it in the States at the moment. The benefit, yeah, I guess most of my U.S. customers seem to be ones that have found me and like the customer service, and they're repeat customers. Other ones I think are finding products that maybe are sold out. For example, I know like Declaration comes to mind. Often they'll sell out of stuff, and we'll have like one or two left over, and those go to the States. West of Olympia, I've been bringing in their Seven Sins line. And my last few soaps from the first three releases of that went to the U.S. So I think kind of like overflow, I guess. The U.S. is well represented, though, right? There's quite a few shops, a couple big ones, and quite a few smaller ones that I see popping up. So, mind you, your population is 10 times the size of ours. But I feel like there's a lot of options in the U.S. And up here, I would say we have like, I don't know, 4 or 5 options, maybe less. But we only have, 38 million people, and half of them are men, and how many of those are wet shavers? right?
Exactly.
So,
Excuse me. One thing I wanted to mention is you had a coupon code for people tonight, didn't you?
yeah. You got it up there? You want me to give it out? It's yeah, Yo's 15% off right through the weekend. It's up now. It won't apply to the latest Barrister Man or the Torres, and there's a couple other restrictions, but generally everything's up for grabs. 15% off. Email me if you have any questions or if something's not working for you.
Cool. I appreciate that, guys. It's Yo's15. Make sure you use the coupon code if you want to order anything from their website. Like I said, there are a few restrictions, but almost everything is eligible. Okay. I don't have anything else for you. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Yeah,
is there anything you want to talk about? Anything new you have coming out? Anything you want to talk about?
No, I think we're good. I'm going to apologize to everybody who's been typing down there that I've been ignoring completely.
Somebody said, is it good for Lather Bros?
Yeah, actually, Lather Bros, we got to get some restock on Lather Bros. We have we don't have any of their new release. We just missed that one, so we got to get some of that in. But we got Lather Bros in. We got 11 in. Trying to think what else we got coming in. Top of my head, I can't think of what else is coming in right now. I know we got some pomades coming in next week. We're just trying to diversify. Generally, if we have people asking for a product, we'll do our best to bring it in. Like I said, the Martin de Condro came in. That was a big grab for us as well. Exciting. Yeah, it was good. Let us know. We'll bring something in for you.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it very much, Carmine. Guys, top of the chain, make sure you check them out. I appreciate you coming on. Yo's15 is a coupon code, good through the weekend. I'll post some things over the next couple of days to remind you. Thanks so much for joining. Unless that's it, I think we'll call it a night.
Thanks, buddy. All right, cheers.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys, for watching. It's been great. Yo's15 for the coupon code for 15% off practically everything. Check them if you have any issues. See you guys later. Love you all.